When you think of Alaska, you probably picture glaciers, grizzly bears, and endless wilderness. But behind those postcard scenes, nearly 750,000 people face a daily challenge: how to get food on the table. Alaska's short growing season and tough soil mean most food can't be grown locally. The vast majority of Alaskans rely on grocery stores at the end of a long, complex supply chain. This isn't a story about farming, it's about the invisible network of ships, trucks, and planes that keep Alaska fed. Every week, a modern treasure hunt unfolds, not for gold, but for groceries. The people running this supply chain are the unsung heroes, battling weather, distance, and economics to deliver the basics. Understanding their work reveals what it really takes to survive and thrive on the last frontier. In Alaska, grocery shopping isn't just expensive, it's a shock to the system. Nearly 95% of food is imported, and every mile adds to the price. A bag of sugar that costs $9 in Texas might cost $14 in Anchorage, and $30 in a remote village. Transportation costs are baked into every bite: ships, trucks, planes, and the people who move the goods. Every handoff, every mile, means higher prices at checkout. This reality shapes how Alaskans shop, buying in bulk, planning ahead, and making sure nothing goes to waste. A trip to Anchorage or Fairbanks often means loading up coolers and suitcases with groceries to bring home. For many, every grocery run is a major financial decision. It's a daily reminder of just how far Alaska is from the source. In the last frontier, food is precious, and every meal is hard-won. Most of Alaska's food arrives by sea, making the ocean a vital link between the state and the rest of the world. The journey begins at the port of Tacoma in Washington, a bustling hub where goods from across the country are loaded onto massive ships bound for Alaska. These ships carry thousands of containers packed with everything from canned goods and cereal to frozen meat, fresh produce, and household essentials, braving the often rough waters of the Gulf of Alaska to reach Anchorage. 2 major deliveries a week bring in enough food to last just 3 to 7 days, making each shipment critical for the region's survival. Unlike the lower 48, where food supplies are more abundant, Alaska typically has only a 6 to 10-day reserve of imported food on hand, leaving little margin for delays. Once the ships dock, towering cranes swing into action, unloading containers onto waiting trucks. These trucks then rush the goods to distribution centers across Anchorage and beyond. Some food reaches Anchorage grocery shelves within hours of arrival, while the rest is quickly sorted and shipped out to smaller communities, ensuring even remote areas get what they need. Anchorage serves as the main hub, but ships also deliver to isolated coastal towns like Juneau and Ketchikan, places with no road connections, where the sea is the only reliable route for supplies. These sea routes are absolutely essential. Without them, modern life in much of Alaska would grind to a halt, and communities could quickly face shortages. The entire system is a high-stakes, just-in-time ballet, where timing is everything and there's little room for error or delay. Every delivery is a race against time, and the elements: ships must navigate rough seas, and trucks brave icy, snow-covered roads to keep supplies moving. For many Alaskans, the arrival of a ship means the difference between full shelves and empty ones, and it's not uncommon for residents to track shipments and plan their shopping around delivery days. The ocean is Alaska's main artery, and its greatest vulnerability. A single storm or shipping delay can ripple through the entire state, reminding everyone just how fragile this lifeline truly is. Not everything can survive a 4-day sea voyage, especially fresh dairy, meat, and produce. These foods are highly perishable, requiring careful handling and rapid transport to stay fresh. For Alaskans, having access to crisp lettuce, ripe berries, and fresh milk depends on more than just ships. For these essentials, the Alaska-Canadian Highway, known as the Alcan, is the land lifeline that keeps the state connected to the rest of North America. It's a critical artery for food that can't wait. This 1,400-mile road links Alaska to the lower 48, winding through forests, mountains, and vast stretches of wilderness. About 4% of Alaska's food imports arrive by truck along this route, a small but vital share. Truckers work in teams, driving almost non-stop, swapping shifts to keep the wheels turning day and night. Their race against time ensures that perishables reach stores before they spoil, no matter the hour. The journey is grueling. Wildfires in summer, blizzards, and ice in winter, and hundreds of miles of remote wilderness. Drivers face unpredictable weather, treacherous roads, and the constant risk of delays. These drivers are more than just truckers, they're mechanics, survivalists, and navigators. They carry extra fuel, emergency gear, and supplies to handle breakdowns or unexpected nights on the road. Major retailers like Walmart and other chains depend on this overland route to keep their shelves stocked with the freshest goods, from fruits and vegetables to dairy and meat. The Alcan adds resilience to Alaska's supply chain. If ships are delayed by storms or ice, trucks can step in to fill the gap, ensuring stores don't run out of essentials. Though it's a small share of the total, trucked food is often the freshest and most prized. Shoppers know that when the trucks arrive, the best produce and dairy hit the shelves. These drivers are the unsung heroes, braving the elements and long, lonely miles to keep Alaska's shelves stocked and families fed. The overland route is a vital backup, offering flexibility and reliability that ships simply can't match, especially when the unexpected happens. In Alaska, every mile matters, and every delivery is a victory, especially for remote communities that depend on these trucks for their weekly supplies. The road may be long and the conditions harsh, but it's essential for fresh food to reach the state. Without these dedicated drivers and their epic journeys, Alaska's tables would look very different. Some foods are too delicate or valuable for ships or trucks, so they fly. Air freight is the express lane, reserved for high-value, time-sensitive items like fresh berries or specialty ingredients for restaurants. Goods are picked, packed, and flown to Anchorage within hours. Anchorage's airport is a global cargo hub, and speed is everything. Once landed, goods are rushed to stores or restaurants, sometimes on shelves the same day. But this speed comes at a steep price, making air-freighted food a luxury. Only the most perishable or valuable items travel this way. Air freight is also a critical backup when storms or disasters disrupt other supply lines. It's the fastest, most expensive, and most fragile link in Alaska's food chain. For remote communities, it can mean the difference between shortage and survival. In Alaska, even the sky is part of the supply chain. Once food arrives in Anchorage, it's distributed across the state by train and truck. The Alaska Railroad hauls massive loads north to Fairbanks, the state's second-largest city. Trains move goods efficiently through rugged terrain, restocking shelves and keeping life normal in the interior. Trucks fan out from Anchorage to the Matsu Valley, Kenai Peninsula, and beyond, delivering to stores not on the rail line. Drivers face avalanches, snowstorms, and long stretches of empty road. Together, trains and trucks form a robust hub-and-spoke system, breaking down massive shipments for local delivery. This network keeps Alaska's main population centers supplied, no matter the weather. It's a constant race against time and the elements. In Alaska, every delivery is a small triumph over distance and nature. Trains and roads reach only a fraction of Alaska. Vast stretches of the state remain untouched by highways or rail lines, separated by mountains, rivers, and endless forests. Most communities have no road access at all, making them some of the most isolated places in North America. These remote villages, known collectively as the Bush, depend on creative logistics and sheer determination to survive year-round. The Bypass Mail program is a lifeline, allowing businesses to ship huge pallets of goods by subsidized air cargo, making village stores possible and keeping shelves stocked. Without this program, food and basic supplies would be unaffordable for most rural Alaskans, and many stores simply couldn't operate. Even so, life in the bush is different. Subsistence hunting, fishing, and gathering wild foods are essential for survival, connecting families to the land and to traditions passed down for generations. Residents often fly to hub cities for bulk shopping, packing groceries into coolers and suitcases to bring home, sometimes traveling hundreds of miles for a single trip. Prices in village stores reflect the high cost and complexity of the final delivery leg, with some items costing several times more than in urban areas. Every trip, every shipment, is a balancing act between tradition and necessity, with weather and distance always a challenge. The bush's supply chain is fragile, but it's a lifeline for thousands, connecting remote families to the outside world. In Alaska's most remote corners, getting food is a daily test of ingenuity, endurance, and the unbreakable spirit of those who call the bush home. Alaska's food supply chain is a marvel, but it's also on a knife's edge. With only days of food in reserve, any disruption can have immediate, serious consequences. Earthquakes, snowstorms, avalanches, wildfires, and even distant volcanic eruptions can halt deliveries. Economic pressures, rising fuel costs, airline fees, and political disputes add more risk. The bypass mail program faces constant financial threats, and higher costs hit rural families hardest. Even international politics can shake the system. A threatened toll on the Alcan Highway could spike prices overnight. Alaska's food security depends on open roads, working ports, and stable relations. When any link in the chain breaks, the whole state feels it. The system's strength is its people's resilience, but its fragility is always close to the surface. In Alaska, food security is never guaranteed. Behind every shipment and delivery, this story is about people. The fragility of Alaska's food chain is a daily reality for families making tough choices at the store. High prices and uncertainty impact health, nutrition, and quality of life. Alaskans are resourceful, planners, problem solvers, and community-minded. They stock up, share with neighbors, and adapt to every challenge. The state's experience is a lesson for us all. Food security depends on complex, often invisible systems. Most Americans take full shelves for granted. In Alaska, every meal is a triumph of logistics and grit. The story of Alaska's food supply is a human story of struggle, resilience, and hope. Keeping this lifeline strong is one of Alaska's greatest challenges. Because in the end, nothing matters more than putting food on the table.